All right, welcome to another episode of Overtime. I'm Jason Overman. My best helper here, Savannah, once again. So today we're going to be making a dish called buffalo chicken chili. This is one of the ones I was talking about when I said it's not the easiest thing in the world to make. But the batch that I make will feed you for several meals. I work out of town a lot, so I try to meal prep for my family, so while I'm gone, they've at least got lunch to take with them to school and work. This meal does that very well, so it's worth the extra time. This meal is, I'm going to say it's keto friendly. If it's not, it's really close. So it's a lot of fresh ingredients. So let's get this underway. Alright, so I'm going to break this down into 4 steps. So step 1, we've got 2 onions. We're going to have 2 cups of diced carrots. Now just a quick tip. I had these carrots left over from a Christmas dinner. We done a low country boil, so that's why I'm using the baby carrots. 1 pound of matchstick carrots is the perfect amount. You just open the bag, dump them in there. It eliminates cutting all these carrots. We're also going to need 2 cups of diced celery and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. So that's going to be our step 1. I'm going to go ahead and chop all this up. Alright, so now I've added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now I've got this pot on about medium heat or so. You need to use a pretty good sized stock pot for this. Alright, put my minced garlic in first so it gets to sizzling. Now I'm going to pour in all the veggies we just chopped up over there. Now we're just going to cook these until they are softened, stirring them occasionally. Yeah, this will take around 10 minutes or so to get these cooked down. But you don't want them to stick on the bottom. Just keep stirring them around a little bit. I'm going to let those sit. I like to put the lid on so they kind of steam. And now while this cooks, we're going to start cutting our sweet potatoes, which is the biggest pain of this whole meal. So we got our sweet potatoes. Now if you don't know, sweet potato is more of a root than it is potato, so it's pretty hard. A lot of people bake sweet potatoes, but actually peeling them and cutting them is a little different story. Get yourself a good peeler. This saves so much time. And the goal is to have about 5 cups of sweet potatoes. That's usually about 2 large ones. Sweet potatoes keep a long time. So I keep several of them in my drawer because this is actually a meal that I make every week or 2. At least every 2 weeks. So now you want them 3/8 to 1/2 inch cubes. When you're cutting these sweet potatoes up is what you're going to end with. These potatoes, they are hard, so be careful when you're cutting them. Now step 2 is going to be adding our 2 pounds of ground chicken meat, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. So we're going to mix this chicken in and kind of blend it in until it's good and cooked with our spices. Let's move over to the stove. Alright, now see, our veggies are getting done here. Onion's starting to get translucent. Tells you that it's pretty much done. So for this part, it does pay to have a pretty hard spatula with a flat edge. The reason that is when you drop this 2 pounds of chicken in here, you're going to want to chop it up. And the spatula with a good flat tip on the end really helps with that. We'll add our chili powder and our cumin. We're going to stir this up. Cook it until the chicken's all nice and white. Mix some veggies into it good. This usually takes, say, 10 minutes or so. Alright, we're getting there now. As you can see, the chicken's getting white. It's getting done. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to break up any big chunks. Just remember, you're making a chili, so you don't want big chunks of chicken in there. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Alright, we're going to give this just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to move on to step 3. Our buffalo chicken chili. Alright, so our chicken done. So just a pro tip here. This is ground chicken breast, is what you usually buy when you buy a ground chicken. There has been several times where I've saw boneless, skinless chicken thighs on sale. It's always real cheap. Now this takes extra time, but I've got a meat grinder, and I think that the chicken thigh has a lot better flavor than chicken breast. So I literally just cut the fat off the chicken thighs and grind it up, and I use that in my buffalo chicken chili. It adds a little more flavor, but it's a lot of extra work. But you know, if you just want to try that out sometime, give it a try. So at this time, we're going to add our diced sweet potatoes. Just use a whole quart of chicken broth. I like the lower sodium. Just take a little salt out of it. Take a minute to pour that out. But oh, it makes it good. That gives you all your soup there. You can use canned mushrooms. I prefer to use fresh if I can get them. Only problem is sometimes you're planning ahead. 2 days in the fridge and these bad boys are just nasty. So sometimes canned is the way we go. But today I got lucky and went to the grocery store yesterday and got fresh ones. So to make this that much better. Now I'm adding in 1 can of tomato sauce, 16 ounce can. So that is step 3. So now we're going to let this simmer for 20-30 minutes, longer the better. And we'll come back and add our final ingredients here in just a few minutes. Alright, we're back here for the final step. Oh yeah, it's cooked down real good. I want to be sure that those sweet potatoes are getting soft. Oh yeah. So that's the key. When the sweet potatoes are soft, that's when it's time to do the final step here. All right, so I'm going to buy or use 2 of these Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning packs. It says 0 calories. Ranch sure is good. You can use bottled ranch, but I think using these packets, it keeps it more keto. Then Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. I'm going to use 1/2 cup. Now my parents and my in-laws, they're not real big spicy lovers. So 1/2 cup will keep it where they'll eat this all day long. So it's not super spicy. You're really just getting that buffalo flavor. It's not enough to make you kick. Now you can add all you want if you want to make this spicier. But that's where I leave it. And I think it's delicious myself. I like spicy, and it's good enough for me, but it's also light enough that someone that's not keen on spicy will enjoy it. So now we're just going to let this cook for another 30 minutes to an hour. You can let it simmer, and we will be back with you. All right, buffalo chicken chili is done. We're going to stir it around a little bit. Final plating. I'm going to use a big dipper spoon. And there we have it, folks. The best buffalo chicken chili you can eat. Guaranteed your family will love it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Like and share our videos, please. We're trying to get this channel off the ground. Over time channel, that is. So give us a shout. Like and subscribe, please.